found out a little bit more about where we're going.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's called the Deep Fall Ravine, where the Abyss Station is located. It's primarily done for research.
What kind of research?
Well, oceanography, geology, things of that nature.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we're going to be hopefully meeting possibly 5 scientists down there, maybe. It's a small team, I guess, that's down there. But whenever we get the go-ahead, got to be ready.
Yep. I'm ready to go right now.
As I said before, I was born ready, so.
I was born too.
It's better to get the momentum going, and then I can't stop. You know, just move forward and don't look back. Don't look around. Let's go.
Are you up for this?
I'd better be.
Yeah, you better be.
All right, so one of the guards kind of looks at you. Are you ready?
I'll leave that up to you guys.
I'm ready.
Scott, I was born.
Yep.
Ready. Yeah, I was born ready.
No, but
I thought you were
he was
just
also
born.
regularly just born. I think this one was hatched, but this one was born.
I was incubated.
Incubated. I forget the terminology
He
sometimes.
just kind of raises his hand and kind of points to it, one of the hallways, and just
Oh!
This way.
He was born too. Wait,
No.
there's nobody down there.
Go. He wants
Come
us
on,
to go
come on,
that
Ted.
way.
Come on, Ted.
Let's
Let's
go.
Let's
Oh,
this way.
go. And so you guys are
charisma.
you guys are escorted down one of the hallways, and it appears to be kind of a basically like a motor pool, essentially. And it's like a moon pool, if you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
And you see kind of bobbing in one of the side kind of docking pods is the submersible that Chase and Theta 3 are actually standing in front of. And you hadn't seen an outside picture of it. And this is the first time you and like Ziddix and Skada have actually seen it. Mm-hmm. It kind of looks like a shrunken down version of a normal sized submarine, except it's got kind of engine pods in the back, and it appears to be really kind of purpose built. It's not very flashy looking. It is kind of a deep green and blue kind of like cross kind of paint scheme. Almost seems like it's like a deep kind of like wave kind of like covering along the outside of it. But other than that, it's pretty nondescript. And Chase kind of sees you, says, your equipment was already loaded on board. I assume you're all ready to go. Kind of on a
I was born
timetable.
ready.
Scott, I was born.
I'm like
Ready.
Trailing behind the group a little bit, and I've got like not my back to the wall, but I'm like walking up against the wall with both hands on it, staying kind of close to it, but also like looking at the pool, and like I'm impressed by the technology of the room and like the purpose that it serves, and I'm trying to study it, but I'm also super uncomfortable just.
Yeah, there's like
in
plenty
here.
of like apertures above, like as far as like venting, and then like cranes and kind of like things that are taking cargo off of ships and
The,
things like
the
that.
open water with like probably like maybe some lighting, but also just I can see open water and I know what's down there, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah, it best gets is probably like 50 feet across and like 200 feet long, and their ship is about 40 to 50 feet long, so it's a pretty good sized vessel. But yeah, you got like 5 feet of space, and then there's just water. Yeah, so it's a little uncomfortable, but there is a sort of like short gantry that seems to be running across the width of the whole thing, and it's what people use to get in and out of their vehicles. It seems like so they're Theta 3 just kind of looks at you, kind of looks at kind of all of the group, looks back at you, kind of you hear a very low kind of huh.
I don't care. I'm just gonna go like grab the little any railway on the like walkway out there and just like wrap my tail around it, and with both hands just like slowly make my way out and like gingerly get into the ship and just.
Yep, there's like 2 steps and then up onto the gantry, and then you know, you're shimmying along, and you swear this gantry is like swinging. It's stable. It's completely stable, but you feel like
Yeah,
there's
I'm,
like
like,
motion to it.
It's so slowly making my way across.
Yeah, and then you like, you know, you're unfortunately your short legs, you know, it feels like a much larger gap between the gantry and like the top part where you like can step into it. So you're like
You got anything to calm this guy down?
toe in the line.
Last time that happened, it was not good. He got me the strongest. You didn't even think we're like a soft tranquilizer or anything. You're just like, drink that.
I have things, but
Oh
only if
God!
he asks.
Don't give me hyperleaf.
So
You don't know-
Doctor's orders. Duty isn't calling the morning.
Cert is walking up as Ted kind of like, you know, gingerly starts climbing down.
And I just
And Theta 3, you know, seeing him walk in, just kind of like follows suit and seems to be, you know, carrying just the last of like some supplies, it looks like. And as Cert comes up, so in regards to your status, the outcome of this arrangement will certainly weigh on whether this decision stands or if the favor of the Carlo certainly improves from what you have done.
Tight.
Cool.
And to honor the arrangement, a representative will be sent with you, one that can be there to vouch the legitimacy of your success or failure. And he kind of turns and kind of sheepishly stepping forward is actually Carlo you recognize. It's Mo Del Ra.
Oh, how's it doing?
He kind of steps forward and he's got, you know, a very small kind of case with him. You know, just kind of like almost looks like a briefcase, sort of. And he kind of looks and he's like, "Oh, fancy seeing you again.
It's good to see you again, Mo.
Certainly,
Sorry we didn't, you know,
no, I understand. We'll hopefully,
we'll make it up to you.
thank you. If you don't mind, you hear that echoing up from the.
Yep. It's Mo. Tet's, he's kind of skittish.
Hello, say hi.
Oh, he.
He's very scared of water.
He doesn't like the water one bit.
So already he's actually going above and beyond his capabilities to actually prove you guys that we're worth it.
I mean, the sentiment is definitely appreciated. I, you know, would warn him though. This is going to be not your average ride. Well,
Yeah.
we can discuss the mission more en route.
Sure. Mo, do you happen to have any of that
Any of that good shit?
the good stuff that I gave Tet when we were waiting for our...
He kind of looks at you. He kind of looks at Cert, and he's like, "No,
in our waiting room, you know, when we were waiting for our deliberation?
I feel like drinking is not
It's to calm Tet's nerves a bit.
well."
Due to the fact that we're going to be traveling to 12 miles deep, you know.
Well, I mean,
The pressure
he
will
kind of
really
he
crush
kind
you.
of like hefts his back. I have some mild sedatives. I mean,
Please, could I look at them?
That sounds.
he kind of
Just
like,
give me one. He's a Yusoki. He's very small. He doesn't know.
he kind of looks at Cert, and Cert's just like,
It's only half one.
sure, more to get this thing going. And he kind of like taps, you know, the side of the case that he was holding, and it's more kind of like bulky than like a regular briefcase, but like one of the sides kind of slides out, and you see him pull out kind of a small vial. Looks like it could be loaded into any sort of like injector device, and he kind of one of these would certainly have heavy, you know, impact on a creature of his size.
I'll give him a little bit. It's okay.
Oh, okay, well,
Don't worry, it's okay.
I'm a scientist.
We're
he
just
kind
gonna
of
drug
like
our friends.
closes it up.
Dr.
Shall we get going?
Yes, let's continue.
Okay. So he gets on. Zedix gets on. You two also. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You see Chase kind of having one last word with Cert, and kind of gives him a quick nod and extends a handshake to him, and then he kind of gets on to the gantry and kind of in a very kind of let's get going sort of like hop. He hops in, just kind of like turns in midair and kind of slides down the ladder, and the inside of this, as you all kind of get in, it's a very confined space. It does not help too much, but it definitely is a welcome kind of change to having water ever present. That is until you get up to the cockpit area where these two had previously noticed there's just kind of a single viewport and 2 seats. It appears that some kind of temporary fold out sort of seating options are in the main area just before the cockpit area. Looks like just kind of a small meeting area, and there seems to be some rooms kind of further in the back, but after he gets in, Chet kind of closes the lid, kind of locks everything in place, walks kind of to meet with you guys. Well, let's get this thing going then.
Yeah. If you could give me a moment, I need to administer something just to calm your nerves.
And I'm sitting, my hands on the straps, eyes closed, just.
What?
I'm gonna-
What is Zitix?
I'm just gonna fill the whole syringe.
My eyes are closed.
And,
I'm just
and
It's a hypodermic needle. I'm going
Yeah.
straight to your jugular.
Jesus.
You're gonna kill him?
You're gonna fucking kill him, yeah.
So
I'm a doctor. It's okay.
All right.
He's gonna go straight to his brain.
I need you
not
to
a
make,
doctor for mammals.
I need
we're
you to make a
humanoids.
fortitude save.
Can I make a medicine?
Well, yeah, you can make a medicine check to not, hit a.
You go first.
1.
And mine's a 10.
Killed him.
Yours is a 10.
Plus 8.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wouldn't that be a
one's
bitch?
not automatic failure. Luckily, you do hit a vein in his neck. You actually had no idea where you were aiming. You just assumed there was a vein there, and you feel this needle just. Your eyes are closed, and you feel just this very kind of sudden pierce into your neck. And before you can say anything, you feel this very icy cold kind of thing washing over in you, and then suddenly you are just out.
Guys,
Yeah, he just
Good.
goes, and Model Rock kind of looks at you and he's
Charlie
like,
in the trunk so you can take him out of town.
"What, pray tell, makes you say you know what
stickers
you're
all the time."
doing?"
Oh, with Tet, you have to administer a whole lot.
He kind of pushes by you and puts a very clammy, cold, sticky 2 fingers on your jugular. And if you were awake, it'd feel very weird because it's matting your fur right underneath your jaw. But
Cold,
he
clammy,
kind of
sticky
looks
2
at
fingers.
he kind of looks at him. He's just like, he's not dead.
Oh, I know.
Are you? He kind of looks at you and he's like, I don't feel like you do, but he's going to be out for several hours.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I know the guy. He should probably be sleeping.
He just,
Well, we know what we're doing with Tet. It's fine.
If he was awake, he'd be stressing so hard that he would just wear himself
he
out.
just kind of looks at you and he puts a second arm over his case now as he sits down, and he kind of
I'm eyeballing it.
he's just now kind of got a wary eye.
I know
on
the
you.
secret hatch. I know the secret compartment.
So you all sit and find a seat. It's
I
not
sit
very.
next to Tet, and I'm just eyeballing him.
And
making sure he's-
I started twitching just a little bit.
Yeah,
It's good.
It's not very comfortable with the 5 of you in this kind of common area. It's not. It's definitely not. This thing's not designed for 5 people, let alone 7. Total. But as you guys
6
all.
and a half.
Thank you.
6 and a quarter.
I guess.
No, not as a person, Prince.
You guys feel
No,
it's
not,
very-
you're not a person.
You guys.
You're just a small person.